What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Childish. We're back at it again with that next episode of post Rune-Removal, but we're going to throw a little Guild Wars update in here right before we get it popping. We'll go ahead and give a shout out to both of our guilds, the Epic Fail Alpha and the Epic Fail Beta. There are two guilds within our Epic Fail community. I just want to go ahead and get the names out there for some of the people that we've welcomed to our group since the recent guild recruitment video. We got ourselves Wele, we got ourselves Yuri, Play and Win, and I think that's it for now. We did move Big Nick up from beta to alpha, and so we're holding 13 strong and doing good in a 10v10. Generally we finish in the top 6, top 7. I think this week we actually dropped to I don't know if it's going to show it here. Yeah, we dropped to rank 11, unfortunately, so, but that's all good. It happens. It is what it is. So we'll go ahead and see if we can make or break this week's arena with the new members and see how we do. In addition, let's see if I can search for my people. Oh, there we go. Beta. Can't spell. Okay. Here's our Epic Fail beta crew, 24 people strong. We'll go ahead and give a shout out to our newest members here. We got Winter Kids up there. We got FLMX. We got Cyrus still rocking a weird Joker emblem. Fail. The Napalm Hero is relatively new. Then we have people that joined within the last 24 to 48 hours here. We got the just the cast. I can't pronounce that. Fail. Low Bone, Golden Boy 1. Let's see. We got XVX Scrub, and then in addition, Cool TC. He's relatively new, and then Crash 24D, which is a real life friend of our boy Anthony, who's right up here. So. Just a quick welcome to everybody in our Epic Fail community, and then of course if you guys are interested in joining, you can always shoot me an email at childish402@gmail.com. Keep in mind that we at the beta ranks we are at we're going to be trying to hang around that 25, 26, 27 range, so we're not going to have too many spots open. If you're looking to make the switch over or find yourself a static guild that can meet our guild event times and whatnot, yeah, shoot me an email if you have any questions or concerns, and we'll get right to it. So I will be right back with the episode regarding the Rune-Removal update for both myself and W's. Be right back. Like we always do with regards to the post Rune-Removal day, once that gets going, we got to let you know what's been changed, what's on the update, so you guys can kind of get excited for those future arena matches, future Guild War matches, so on and so forth. So let's see here. I'm only really going to go over the units that I updated or downgraded, if that makes any sense. So I don't keep this video going, because I'm actually going to go ahead and get W's up in here as well on her account, show some stuff retained. And so if you guys have been taking a look at the Chandra for quite some time, he's been chilling at just under 39k with about 81 crit rate, 151 crit damage. I played around with two of his runes. I actually dropped this rune down to a 5-star max and put this one on to make up for the hit point percentage loss. So more or less he's at the same stats. Unfortunately, I can't bump up his speed without drastically reducing his stuff. One of the things that I've been talking with a couple of my buddies is trying to make sure that I, sync up, my defense breaker along with my, with my damage dealer. And of course, unfortunately, even though I can't, get it done for the first attack, after he procs his speed buff, his total speed after that is pretty darn on point with regards to Jubel. But yeah, overall, Chandra's still going to be a beast. Not really too much of a change in his crit damage. Still hitting for 13 to 14k on a single target defense break, and anywhere from 17 to 19k on his AoE. So he's a bad bit. Bad bit. Alright. Sigmaris, we took him off the Despair, fail. Despair, and we put him on Violent Blade. Basically moved the best runes between my attack runes that I just had laying around and the runes off of Rogue, so that I can get him, you know, with reasonably decent stats. Just want to utilize him a little bit more. You know, Nick the Greek made a funny comment the other day. He's like, yeah. Rogue is just a video show monster. It's not like you use him, you know, 24/7, and I actually do. But you know, we make a valid point where, you know, sometimes we get caught up in playing around with the units that we like versus the units that we probably should use, because they're just going to be better units for you at the end of the day. And obviously, you know, this unit being a 3-star versus this unit being a 5-star, we can make an argument as far as what we want to use it for, and who should have the best runes. But I have seen the potential on Sigmaris and his damage, and being able to have the opportunity to proc Violent can definitely be a game changer as far as getting, you know, those 2 clutch shots and taking out a unit in the arena. So let's see. So Rogue is now from Violent Blade to Violent Energy. He is still sitting pretty good. Has some energy runes that had some good attack and good crit rate. So I wanted to put into that. Crit rate is low, but keep in mind, guys, I only utilize Rogue with Corona. So Corona is going to keep him at 88% crit rate. In addition, this rune is obviously not max, so his stats will be just a tad bit better. I'll go back and forth here so you guys can see the stats on the runes and whatnot. Kind of compare and contrast. Yeah, so Clara is back at it again with that Despair set. I think it was Despair Energy at the time, and now it's just Despair Focus. And I was playing around with some of the runes that I had farmed over the last month, and found these 3 runes, the 2, the 3, and the 4 slot, that allow me to basically, you know, put more or less the same Despair runes on that she had, you know, months ago, but get her accuracy up a little bit higher. Now, of course, that's not gonna. We know that's not gonna tie into the Despair set, but you know, obviously, my main goal here is to try to utilize her as my defense breaker on the team. And you know, making sure that I land this skill is going to be pretty crucial. You know, obviously I'll have another defense breaker like Bella or something like that, but having the opportunity to do an additional defense break is going to be pretty strong, especially in a world where Veramos is, you know, live day and night in the arena defense and is constantly taking off your defense break. It's good to have you know, a backup with regards to defense breaking. So nothing really to change on Delphoy. I got her speed up about 10, trying to get her speed past Bella. So, you know, obviously every once in a while I do team her up with Bella when I'm going up against a heavy team that is, you know, bringing a lot of hostile effects and whatnot. It's helped out quite a bit, but I ran into the situation where Bella was faster than Delphoy, so I lost the opportunity to remove Bella out of a stunned state or a sleeping state. So no changes. I won't showcase the runes here. No changes on Chasun. She's using a broken set to take advantage of the additional speed from this rune. Basically, I have some runes to allow her to put a Nemesis set on, but I will lose about 30. I will lose about 20 to 30 speed on her. So, you know, is it worth the Nemesis when you're losing that much speed? It's hard to say. Some people will say yay or nay on it. For me right now, you know, obviously I would love to get a Nemesis, you know, set on, but the big thing for Nemesis would just be to help prevent the people that are utilizing double Lucian. So while that is good and all, my goal is to eventually get my team to where my speed is, you know, right around that 145 to 150 range, and so I'm trying to keep her around that and trying to get everyone to match her. So Darian is probably the biggest change here. He got de-runed and put on some secondary runes for the time being. As I stated before in the past, I'm a really big fan of Jubel, even though some may, you know, state that the unit is not as good as Darian. You know, in a world that we live in where everybody and their mom is using Veramos, I like to have the opportunity to go for people utilizing Bella, right? Because Bella's like the the yin to the yang. While everybody uses Veramos on arena defense, everybody uses Bella on the arena offense. So my goal is to have not one but two units going for their Bella or their light, defense breaker, take them out, so that we can, get the job done and get it popping real quick here. So 146 speed, 34.6k hit points, and that's of course before Veramos' leader skill and my hit point tower. So yeah, overall not too bad. I'm super excited. I want to get his accuracy up a little bit, but I feel good with his hit points. Before the buffs, I feel good with his crit rate. Obviously resistance can be a little bit better, but I got to take it for what it's worth here. Hopefully I get some better stuff down the road. Dropped this guy's speed rune from 42 to 39, but of course added hit points 7%, defense 70%, and crit rate 5%, and then I had some accuracy on the other one too. Actually, I think the other one had hit points, so I added basically the defense 70% and the crit rate. Obviously, I don't care about the crit rate, but as much as we focus on providing speed, I do feel that since this guy is a primary target, I got to try to make him as tanky as possible. And at this time, while some may not agree, I have no problem dropping him 3 speed points for an additional 17% defense. So that puts him over, what is that, 1100, almost 1200 defense. It's not the greatest, but it's getting the job done for now. And so it's going to help out with his survivability, especially considering that he's been nerfed and he doesn't have anything going. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Bernard, no changes at all. Cases, I haven't used her since 1982. Everybody else is pretty much just rune holders. Lure, I'm not using him really too much anymore, but hopefully in the near future I can play around with him. So as far as future goals for the next Rune-Removal is to get his speed, holding at about 130, get him about 12 additional speed while maintaining 38k. Let's see, Tyron, I feel good with his stats. Obviously I need to increase his crit rate a little bit. It'd be nice to get his crit rate up as well, but that's all right. And then of course Hua, I'm okay with her right now. She's synced up with my arena offense really well, so that's pretty much it. Nothing really big here. I just updated this rune here to make it plus 15, get at 30k hit points there. So since he's tanking a lot of my hits when I'm going on the arena offense, so yeah, pretty much it with that. Let's see. It's funny because this Rune-Removal was like more exciting for my wife than myself. As you guys know, she recently helped me put out a video showcasing her finally clearing Giants B10, but of course she had to use like all of her biggest hit points. All of her biggest healers to get the job done, and the runs would take 11 minutes or 12 minutes or something like that. It's something ridiculous, right? Because we're waiting on a couple of units to create her Veramos. So previously she had her Ethna, the Wind Hell Lady, on Rage Blade, but they were really strong runes. Ended up being about 54% crit rate, 190 crit damage. And so initially I was looking at Lucian. I'm like, okay, we got to get that Rage Blade set on because we're just going to get more value out of a unit that's going to ignore defense. However, the goal for right now is to be able to auto the Giants B10 and so on and so forth. And while she can do it right now, I wanted to see if there was any way to reduce the amount of time with the units that she has. Well, she was using a combination of Chloe, Chasoon, Bella, Shannon, and Bernard to get that job done. Well, one of the things that really slows her down is basically just clearing all the way up to the boss. And so I was like, okay, well, we can get that Rage Blade set on, but the fact of the matter is that Rage Blade set, while it has tons of damage, it lacks on the defensive stats to keep him up so that he can be able to base it last. So believe it or not, over the course of the last month, having everybody you know, all the people that are on her friends list, giving her the opportunity to use their Veramos. You know, she's been able to farm, you know, giant speed 10, you know, doing anywhere from 20 to 30 runs a day. And she's been fortunate enough to get herself some runes that coincidentally provide not only good offensive stats, but defensive stats as well. So if you take a look, you know, sub stats, it go across the board are looking good. While these runes are not maxed out, you know, she definitely has the potential to be doing what is that going to be? Upwards of 150 crit damage, and obviously her attack power is going to be pushing over 2k when it's done. But you know, having the opportunity to utilize a despair set, and you guys know the strength of a despair set on you know, a unit that provides 2 AoEs, it's really darn strong. And so I'm super excited to announce that we've reduced her lovely 11 minutes giant speed 10 run down to about 4.5 minutes. While it is not 100% successful, you know, we do have that RNG factor where, you know, Bella will miss the removal of the buffs, in addition to you know, just a circuit where the attack buff and the glancing buff is not around. You know, things get bad, but considering the accuracy of both of these units, generally all the debuffs are landing, and even if they have the attack buff on that giant speed 10, she still can outlast and is still do a good job. So I'm super excited because I know that once she gets her Veramos, it's going to be a joke, right? It's going to be cakewalk. But at least for now, she can utilize Lucian, you know, for extra damage on the team, in addition to the leader skill, you know, just overall damage to kill the crystals. Because as you guys know, when you're hitting that borderline, working your way up to giant speed 10, those water crystals can wreak havoc on your team if you don't get an opportunity to clear them. And you know, with him being a despair unit, in addition to Shannon, it just gives a lot of opportunity to stun the units if he couldn't, you know, if she can't kill him right off the bat. So, so again, really super excited about getting all of her runes here to plus 12 or plus 15. We took those range runes and slapped them on this guy because, again, one of you guys, I think it was Dazraz, that we used her unit, her her rep monster to do the giant speed 10 one day, and we got ourselves this particular rune, which obviously is not even maxed out yet. So much potential for that crit rate, in addition to the rune that she already has. So I said, why not, let's see what we got with those rage runes that we took off Ethna, since we're not using Ethna at all. You know, we're using her for fun in the arena, but we're not using her, you know, a lot in Guild Wars. Rakan we use both in Guild Wars and Arena, and Giants B9 auto. So it's good to give your best units your best runes and focus on that. So we set him up, and we realized that we can get his crit rate up really good, his crit damage up really good. At these stats right now, when he's running his leader skill and he gets his hit point buff, he's hitting for 33k crits in the arena. So I can't even imagine what this is going to be when I get, you know, a better rune for here and max this rune out. It's going to be pretty sick. So yeah, no changes on Chloe, no changes on Julie. Juno, no changes at all. She's still despair focus. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So if you guys are utilizing her as a rep monster, obviously she's going to help, you know, farm to more desert or whatever you use it for quicker. Or if you're using her for Giants or whatever like that, she'll definitely play a vital role in a Giants B8, Giants B9. Or if you utilize her for a Dragons B9, Dragons B10, she'll help out as well. Alright? That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in for the update. We'll go ahead and close it off right there. I was going to do some arena, but you know, the video is getting a little long, and it was expected because I wanted to showcase Dubby stuff. Again, I'm way more excited for Dubbies than I am for myself, just because it's, as you guys know, she's been playing, and you guys can feel for her. She's been playing for quite some time. A lot of great units, but not, you know, just not getting the runes to drop that's going to help her team out. And now she's at the point where, you know, she can, you know, auto Giants B10, and now can start focusing on units that's going to improve her Dragons runs. So, and of course, once those Dragons runs start popping, that's when all the violent runes come out to play, and we can get her, you know, really climbing up there in the ranks. So that is it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, it's your boy Childish, Childish Plays, checking out. Take care. We'll see you next time. I'm out.